Well, hello again, everyone. I'm back in Chester, but not anywhere that I have shown you before, I don't think. I'm actually up on the city walls right now, on the remains of a tower called Morgan's Mount, which was involved in the defence of the city during the English Civil War. And there is the remains of a cannon down below me. But I've come out today specifically with a theme of water in mind. I've come out with the Olympus Pen F, my usual trio of fixed prime lenses. I've got the 17mm 2.8 Zuiko, the 25mm 1.4 Leica Similux, and the 60mm f2, or is it 2.8? I can never remember, but that's the one from Sigma. So we are going to have a bit of a wander. I've already taken a few grab shots, if you like, on the way down here. Not really related to today's subject matter, but in a city like Chester, there's so much vying for a photographer's attention that I've just had to dig out the camera and take a few shots. Anyway, time to move on. Now, how can I possibly refuse to take a photograph of something like that? Marvellous. Reconstruction? I don't know. I suspect that it is. If I'm wrong, I will get back to you and let you know. Anyway, definitely photograph. So we are now alongside the Shropshire Union Canal, and for those of you that have an interest in canals or might like to look at my previous video that I did at the National Waterways Museum in Ellesmere Port, I'll leave a link to it up yonder. You may like to take a look at that, but this is the other end, or sorry, this is one end of the Shropshire Union Canal. And we are right by Northgate Locks here, which I will give you a view of now. There we are, quite spectacular, I think you'll agree. And of course with the later railway line going over the top. slightly concerning. I came out this morning with the Pen F, checked the battery level, fully charged, and didn't bring a spare with me. And after, I don't know, maybe a couple of dozen shots, it's completely dead. So from now on, everything you see is going to be shot on the Pocket 3. Now, as we go underneath the railway line, massive Victorian girders above my head, we're actually alongside what's left of Chester Basin, which is, or was, one of the main loading and unloading stations on the Shropshire Union Canal here. Over to my, in fact you can see it, to my right is Telford's warehouse. And there are now lots of new developments behind me, housing developments. But today wasn't really all about canals. Water was the theme. So we're going to go and have a look at my intended subject right now. If I can find my way out of here. I'll just give you a panoramic of the actual basin. It's a beautiful spot. Now you can see over to the left hand side. Before we leave the basin, I'd better explain to you what's going on here, because rather like Ellesmere Port, we have two different levels. You have the Chester Basin on the right hand side, and the lower level is what connects the canal to the River Dee, which is quite a bit lower than where we are right now. And all being well, I'm going to show you where the canal actually exits onto the River Dee. But first I've got another architectural curiosity for you to have a look at. It's a lovely, bright, as you can see, very sunny day. It's also pretty cold. And we're now getting very close to what I wanted to show you originally. And here we are. This is the water tower. Massive stone construction. There you are, as you can see. It is part of the city walls. And we're just going to have a little bit of a walk through the archway underneath the wall itself. Try and give you a better shot of the tower. That's gorgeous. We've got blossom out already. That's fantastic. They are the water tower. Now, the first reaction for most people when you say, oh, let's go and have a look at the water tower, you think of a water storage tower, somewhere where huge amounts of water could be stored and then released for drinking water in houses, perhaps at a lower level. Those, of course, have now really all gone from the United Kingdom. But no, the water tower here is so called because when it was built, the River Dee would have been coming right up to the edge of the tower itself. Hence, water tower. That's really why I wanted to show you the water tower. The name is rather misleading, but fantastic building. Now, I know that at least some of you will be thinking to yourselves, oh, he's done this on purpose. I'm sorry, but the answer to that is no. Completely honest with you, I'm annoyed with myself and possibly with the battery pack I've got in. I haven't checked it. I have a feeling it's not an original Olympus battery pack, but nevertheless it's my fault. So whatever you see, including the last stills of the water tower, it's all being taken on the Pocket 3. If you have a look at this, I presume it's Sea Cadets or something, that kind of building behind me. I'm going to take some shots of that now. So this is still the D link, if you like, the D canal, and this is still new development on what was the basin. And here we are. This is where the canal section actually meets with the River Dee. And hopefully you can see the difference in level between where I am now and the river itself. And although these new developments have sprung up in the 20th century, nevertheless the wharf side there would have been the original, where large ships would have moored, because Chester was an incredibly busy trading centre. And it wasn't until the Dee began to silt up that other places began to take over. So I'm feeling a little bit of a fraud today, to be quite honest with you. I'm disappointed in the fact that I couldn't take more shots with the Pen F. Lesson learnt. And on the other hand, on the plus side, you'll be able to have a look at some of the still images taken on the Osmo Pocket 3. And from what I've seen when I first got the camera, they're not at all bad, I'll be perfectly honest with you. It's just that the lens is very limiting, with it being such a wide angle field of view. I've not got the flexibility that I have with the Pen F, which is a great shame. But as I say, nobody else to blame, just me. Anyway, we're going to head back now up the locks, try and give you a few more views along the way before actually heading back to the railway station. Well now, before I start my trek back up the hill alongside Northgate Locks, I'm going to take this opportunity, before I get puffed, I am going to take this opportunity to say thank you for watching, assuming this even makes it onto YouTube. Apologies for the lack of shots out of the Pen F. Hopefully the little Osmo Pocket 3 stills might save the day. Anyway, in the meantime, as ever, enjoy your photography, and I'll see you very soon for another video. Maybe not based about water though. Perhaps I'm jinxed. Be safe everybody, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.